One thing that I have always wanted to do as a photographer, one of my goals, and something that I haven't done a lot of, or actually any of, is fitness photography. And that being sort of like gym inspired, maybe sports. I feel like I've not kind of dived into that realm of photography as a creator yet. I've not really done a lot. I don't think I've done any shoots, as a matter of fact, that is based around sports and like the gym lifestyle. For those of you that know me, I absolutely love having creative freedom when it comes to lighting or even creating a scene, which is why when I was presented with the opportunity to shoot Ethan from the Sidemen, I was pretty gassed. I had about an hour and a half to 2 hours with Ethan shooting at this gym. So I had to arrive there about 25-30 minutes earlier so I could check out the location. As like I've said in the multiple videos, it's always good when you're doing photo shoots or even videos to check out the location beforehand, get a feel of what the environment's like, see which angles look good, where you could maybe place lights, get an idea of the environment is always a great thing. Getting to the location early, then when the talent shows up, you can just get straight into it. There's no waiting around, and you've kind of got a mini plan in your head already of what angles and what things you want to shoot. This could also be a really cool shot. Maybe if I'm like behind this pillar and Ethan's just going ham with these. Got these nanolights behind him, and then we can maybe side light him over here. If I could be behind here, you get some really nice shots. Plus all the backlighting will give off like a really nice mood, I think, in a lot of the pictures, especially when the haze is on the go. What I probably will do is wait a bit longer to get like the moodier shots when it gets completely dark, because that's when we can really isolate all the lighting and things that we've got in this room right now. Beyond set dressing, lighting is the most important aspect. And I've said this time and time again in a lot of my previous videos. When it comes to lighting things, or when it comes to me working in an environment where I've got lots of control over lights, it can change a scene so dramatically. For this shoot, I didn't take that many lights with me because I knew that the gym that we were working with wasn't too big. So I took one big softbox, a 90cm softbox with me, and 3 Nanlite Pavo tubes, one 15C, which is the big one, and these 2 lights behind me, which is the 6C, so the mini ones. Now, I felt like that was enough lighting for that scene. If I was shooting somewhere that was probably a lot bigger, maybe it'd be a warehouse or a much bigger gym, probably would have taken 2 or 3 softboxes with me, even a mixed panel, just so I can get more creative with the lights as I'm working with a much bigger space. But again, I don't need to go too overboard if I'm working in an environment that's pretty small. A lot of the time I was trying to angle the softbox to more of like a top-down shot to give me a nice soft umbrella, which is good, but sometimes that softbox can light everything a little bit too evenly. And I don't want everything lit so evenly because it ends up making it look flat, which is when I introduced the Nanlite tubes to give me some fill in places that I thought suited it. And I felt like the space needed a little bit more character. It needed more things going on. It needed more lights in places which there weren't, which is why these lights and the Nanlite Pavo tubes always come in so handy on shoots like this, because theoretically, these ones behind me, you can magnetize to anything, and the gym was 90% metal. All the equipment was metal, so I was able just to magnetize these little Nan lights just to little spots around the gym, and then the big Nan light, the 15C, I was able just to place around, and a lot of the time I had that big Nan light in shot because it looks cool. It looks like a fucking lightsaber. Let's face it, it's a sick looking light, so why would I not get it in shot? So it's just sort of like action stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We could just do like whilst doing exercise or whatever.
So that's just like stuff like this.
Yeah, easy. Yeah, lovely.
Like action
That's simple
stuff. This is nice.
Yeah. Yeah, these are good. Yeah, these are sick. Very nice.
Majority of this shoot, I was using the Sigma 50mm 1.4 and the Sigma 85mm 1.4. The only thing with the 85mm is because the environment that we were in wasn't very big, I would have had to go like to the other end of the room to shoot Ethan because that lens is hella compressed and I was sort of seeing myself going really far away from the talent. So the 50mm was a really nice focal length. Again, shooting at 1.4 or even f2 gave it a really lovely shallow depth of field, and I used a 1/8 Tide Optics Pro Mist on this lens because it gave the highlights such a nice soft glow, especially on his skin. Then combining that with the trusty £30 smoke machine from Amazon gave it a really nice sort of hazy atmosphere. To be honest, sometimes I did go a little bit overboard with the smoke because I hadn't used one I think this was my first time using that smoke machine because I bought one on Amazon specifically for this shoot, and I kind of went a bit overboard with a few of the shots, but to be honest, I think they look cool. And it gave the whole environment a really nice sort of foggy, smoky atmosphere. And luckily there were no fire alarms in this gym, so we opened the window and we were all good. Myself and Ethan decided to shoot different gym exercises such as dumbbell bicep curl, bent over row, cable flies, all of these exercises which look good on camera. And then depending on what exercise he did, I had to then sort of match the lighting to the scene, if that makes sense, to how he was sitting. So if he was sitting on the bench, I was trying to angle the light maybe to more like a top-down flat light, whereas when he was doing the cable flies, I had to angle the light more to like the side, to like a 45-degree angle. By bringing that light forward and over to the side, it casts more of an angle, which then creates more shadow on someone's side. I think it's really important when you're doing shoots like this, or any shoot in general, to get a mixture of photos in horizontal and in vertical, because the last thing you want to do is send them off to the client and then they're like, oh, these look really good, have you got any in landscape? And you're like, well, about that, yeah, I didn't shoot any in landscape. That's where Instagram has fucked me, to be honest. So it's good to have a mixture of horizontal, vertical photos so that the client can, if they want to put some on a website or if they want to put some on Instagram, they've got that option. So yeah, little word of advice from me. Oh. Oh my God. Because I was trying to showcase a lifestyle gym aspect, I don't think I would have gone any more compressed than 50mm because I was working in a small environment, and I think anything way more compressed than 85, I would have had a lot of struggle trying to get everything in the frame. And let's not forget, I'm trying to shoot lifestyle stuff, so things that are a bit wider like 50mm, 35, even 24mm, having a 24-70 or a 50mm on set is definitely something that I'm going to consider when I go into my next shoot. With a few of these pictures that I took of Ethan, I felt like adding some text over the top of them may make the picture seem a little bit more motivational for anyone that is looking at it. So for this one, I put, opportunity doesn't come to those who wait for it, it comes to those who work for it. I feel like that was a really nice quote to put over the top of this picture. And then I done another one on the picture of Ethan doing the bicep curl. And this one is, when you reach your limit, the work really starts. I think those are two really nice quotes to add into the picture to make it seem way more motivational for anyone that's looking at it, and it will kind of kickstart them to getting into shape maybe, because that's the sort of image and that's the sort of message I want to portray by these pictures. I want it to motivate people. By adding these quotes, I think it's a really nice touch. All right, so little word of advice from me before I end the video, because I'm here to help you lot out and we're all here to help each other at the end of the day. Now, if you have a dream client that you really want to work for, whether that be like Nike or DJI, or I'm just saying brands that are coming off the top of my head here, but if you have a client that you really want to work for but you don't have anything in your portfolio to show them, just make your own spec ad. Let's take this bag as an example. This is my everyday North Face shoulder bag. North Face is a brand that I'm a really huge fan of. I love loads of their products. I have so many North Face jackets when I go skiing, all stuff like that. Now, if I'm in a position where I want to create a commercial for North Face because I really like their clothing or their products, I will just go ahead and just sort of make my own one with the clothing or with the items that I already have. Now, I'm not saying go ahead and spend loads of money or whatnot, but if you've got the funds behind you to maybe go on like a trip somewhere with someone or just go out and about, there's no harm in creating your own ad to send to a client later down the line to show them your skills. Essentially, it's like creating a fake advertisement to showcase your skills. That is the best and most simple way to put it. That was a real life situation of me going into a photo shoot for a real client who was paying me, and I really like taking you guys behind the scenes and showing you how I work and how my brain sort of operates in situations like that. Hopefully it helps a lot of you, and hopefully it gives you some advice going forward in your own career, which is why I'm making the videos at the end of the day. Hit the like button if you haven't already, subscribe down below if you are new, and I shall see you all very, very soon in the next one. Take care. Peace.